Do you have a gopher problem? I mean a real gopher problem. Not 3 or 12 or 30 gophers, but 500 or 1,000 or more? Then this video is custom made for you. I'll show you how to murder these little demons of the underworld. First, let's get something straight. Gophers are not cute. They're not cute when your lawn looks like a minefield and all your trees die. They're not cute when your horse breaks a leg stepping in a gopher hole. They're not cute when they chew holes in your irrigation system. They deserve to die, and I'm here to show you how. Forget guns. You'll need an army of sharpshooters to put a dent in 1,000 gophers. Forget traps. That's for the guy with a 5 gopher problem. Poison is the only way. Give him a nice meal of hemlock and just watch him melt away. Is it humane? Yes, of course it's humane, at least compared to being ripped from your happy home by a hawk, stabbed with talons, then dropped from 100 feet onto an asphalt road. With poison, the little devils go home, curl up in a ball, and expire. Here's one of the great joys of gopher poisoning. These underground devils are cannibals. That's right, cannibals. Poison the daddy, then mom and the kids eat him and follow him into gopher heaven. It's like you're giving every alpha male a suicide vest and sending him back home to his family. Honey, I'm home. This is the way of the gopher. I recommend a poison called Rosol, blue oats with a little extra kick. This is a restricted poison, so there are a few hoops you may have to jump through in order to get it, but I'll get into that later. Expect to pay about $150 for a 25-pound bucket. That's $6 a pound. On the Rosol label, you'll find a diagram explaining how to place the poison. You'll need a university degree in gopherology to understand it. In the real world, you can't tell the front door from the side door from the back door. Most importantly, you can't tell when you've killed all the gophers in a network of holes. So you keep placing $6 a pound bait in a vacant establishment. Disregard this diagram. Instead, you should place bait stations at the busiest gopher holes. A bait station is where you station the bait, the poison. Some YouTube videos will suggest you build a number of stations, then fill them to the brim with poison. $25 to $40 in plastic pipe, another $10 or $20 worth of Rosol. Except under special circumstances, I recommend you avoid building these bait stations in favor of these simple stations are 2 to 3 foot scraps of 4-inch plastic pipe. You can use Schedule 40 or simple plastic drain pipe. You can use scraps of old irrigation pipe or junk pipe found at your local recycled lumber yard. Make sure you use 4-inch pipe so the alpha males feel safe to enter. The idea is to keep the rain off the poison and keep the poison away from non-gophers. Here's how easy it is to deploy a bait station. Just put it within a few feet of an active hole. And here's how easy it is to fill the station. I use a 1/4 cup measure taped to a dowel so I can place the poison in the middle of the pipe. I have 30 stations set over 30 acres. I visit each station every few days from early April into July. The beauty of 1/4 cup is you know if they keep eating, you keep filling. And if they stop eating, it's time to move the station. Most critters die in their holes and provide nourishment for the remaining family. You'll find a few that die above ground. Just shove them down a hole so birds don't find them. Before you get started, I recommend you call your local county agricultural extension service and get to know the resident vertebrate specialist. This individual is all about gophers, deer, marmot, badgers, anything with a spine that threatens agriculture. In order to buy Rosol, you may need a state license, which will require a simple open book test and a small fee. You may be required to keep a log of how much poison you use, on what day, and exactly where. They probably want to make sure you don't make oatmeal for your ex-wife or an old boss. This is my second year using Rosal. I used 3 buckets last year and 2 buckets this year, and I'd say 80 to 90% of my 3,000 gophers have disappeared. It helps that I'm retired and able to visit each station regularly. You may find that a half cup or a full cup of poison works better if you can only check the stations weekly. If you can only visit monthly, then maybe the more elaborate T-shaped stations will work best for you. If you're inclined to leave comments about hurting animals, please leave your address so I can FedEx you a dozen gophers you can raise as pets on your lawn. Hundreds of gophers were hurt or killed during the making of this video. Now go out there and get them. Happy hunting.